Jai Shri Ram. In the Shukla Yajurveda, we have a suktam called Yoga Kshema Suktam. It's a powerful suktam which you should learn to chant and at least listen if you can't chant. Though it's quite easy actually, if you make a little effort, we will be able to chant it. The concept of Yoga Kshema basically means acquiring or getting what you want to get and preserving what you have got. All the wealth that you aspire to get, Krishna will confer it on you. You will have to work for it, you will have to deserve it. So yoga means acquiring. The word yoga has many meanings depending on the context in which it is being used. So yoga, one meaning is acquiring some kind of a wealth, and kshema means preserving that wealth. If somebody robs the wealth, then what is the point in acquiring that wealth? So in 922, 9th chapter, 22nd shloka, Krishna says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah parupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Those who constantly think of me, dwell on me, live for me, work for me. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah parupasate tesham nitya abhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. So for such people, I undertake the responsibility of Yoga Kshema. Their Yoga Kshema, I am taking the responsibility. That means all that they want to achieve and acquire to further their moksha sadhana, obviously, because a person who is dedicated to Krishna and who is immersed in Krishna consciousness has only one goal: to enable everyone to dance with Krishna, everyone to acquire Krishna Tattva, everyone to relish the nectar of Krishna consciousness. So, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah parupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. So Krishna is saying, I am taking care of his yogakshema. That means I will ensure that he will get whatever he desires to get, whatever he wants to get, and all the yogas, that means all the affluences that he seeks, and also ensure that they are preserved, in the sense protected, secured. Otherwise, what is the point if you acquire a lot of wealth and it is stolen by rascals? There are rascals all around us. People whom you trust will backstab you. This is the problem in Kali Yuga. So be apramattaha, ever vigilant, so that you reduce Krishna's burden. If you increase Krishna's burden, then that is not a good bhakta, then you are not a proper bhakta. You should take sufficient care of all your belongings and valuables. Don't do apatra dhanam, don't let rascals cheat you. So anyway, Krishna is assuring that he will take care. So but let us not increase his burden by completely becoming dependent on him. Take a little care. Okay, Krishna will appreciate that. So Yoga Kshema Suktam occurs in the Shukla Yajurvedam. See, I am not a Sanskrit scholar, but I am trying to make an effort to read this, and I am sure you can always get some Vedic scholar to chant this for you. Then you record it and listen to it. Because this Yoga Kshema Suktam, first I will read it, then I will tell you about its importance and what is the objective of this Suktam. A Brahmana Brahmano Brahmavachasi Jayatam Arashtre Rajanyaha Shura Ishavyoti Vyadhi Maharatho Jayatan Dogri Dhenur Vodhan Vanashuhu Saptihi Purandhir Yosha Jishnu Radheshtha Sabheyo Yuvasya Yajamanasya Viro Jayatan Nikamo Nikamena Parjanyo Varshatu Phalavatyo Na Aushadhayaha Pacyantam Yogakshemo Na Kalpatam. Now, I will read out the meaning of this Yogakshema Sutram. शुक्ल यजुर्वेदांतर्गत योगक्षेम सूक्त के ऋषि ब्रह्मन देवता लिंगोक्त तथा उत्कृति छंद है। सूक्तस्थ शब्दों की भाषा प्रांजल होने के साथ सामाजिक दृष्टया भी अति महत्वपूर्ण है। प्रस्तुत सूक्त में ब्राह्मण ऋषि राष्ट्र में तेजस्वी ब्राह्मण उत्पन्न होने की, पराक्रमी शूरवीर क्षत्रियोत्पत्ति की कामना, सर्वाधिक दूध देने वाली गाय, समर्थ बैल, वायु वेग तुल्य अश्व, सर्वगुण संपन्न स्त्री तथा यजमान हेतु सभा में जाने योग्य पुत्र, खेतों में पर्जन्य इच्छानुसार वर्षा करें, इष्ट वस्तु की प्राप्ति हेतु प्रार्थना आदि की गई है। इस सूक्त में राष्ट्र की अभ्युन्नति एवं राष्ट्र के प्रति प्रेम एवं राष्ट्र में रहने वाले समस्त प्राणियों की मंगल कामना प्रदर्शित की गई है। So you have understood in Hindi, I have read it out. See, in Shukla Yajurvedam, this Yogakshema Suktam occurs. The Rishi's name is Brahman, the Devata is Lingokta, and Utkruti is the prosody, Chandas. And in this Sukta, the Rishi is praying that in my country, in the Rashtra, there must be Tejasvi Brahmans. That means truly scholarly, educated Brahmans who are filled with the power of spiritual knowledge. Such Brahmans should be born in this country. Parakrami Shuravir, that means brave and valorous Kshatriyas, soldiers, should also be born. And cows which yield a lot of milk, and powerful bulls to plow the land, and powerful horses, majestic, which can race at the speed of the wind, sort of, metaphorically, poetically. And sarvaguna sampanna stri, women who have all the virtues, as Krishna describes in the Bhagavad Gita. मृत्यु सर्वहरश्चाहम उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम कीर्ति श्रीर्वाक्च नारीणाम स्मृतिर्मेधा धृति क्षमा. So Krishna, in the 10th chapter 34th shloka, Krishna says that I am Mrityu, and I am all the creatures that are likely to be born in the future. I am they. Which means Krishna gives the impetus. Krishna is the dhatu. He is the stimulus for everything that is there and everything that is to be born. And Krishna himself is kal or death. And then in this 1034, Krishna goes on to glorify feminine virtues. So in 1034, you can see Krishna is saying, I am the all-devouring death, and I am the origin of those things that are yet to be. And among feminine qualities, Kirti Shrirvakcha Narinam Smritir Medha Dhritikshama. I am Kirti, fame, Shri, prosperity, Vak, that means fine speech, and Smriti, memory. Not just the secular memory, but spiritual memory. Knowledge that we are Jivatmas, not the mere physical body. So Krishna is saying that it is women. In fact, even in Manusmriti you will find culture is preserved because of women, not men. Okay, so this is the importance of women. But some rascals are always busy trying to tarnish Sanatan Dharma by selectively quoting from here and there out of context. Even in Bhagavad Gita, you see, Krishna is being attacked in another place. I think it is 932. So 1034, Krishna is praising. Some rascals say that in 932, Krishna is denigrating women as papayonayaha. These fools don't understand Sanskrit. They don't understand Krishna. They have no idea of Vedic Sanskrit. They have not read Mahabharata. The original runs into 1,20,000 if you include the Harivamsham. To understand Krishna, you have to study Bhagavatam, Mahabharatam, Vishnu Puranam, and Mahabharatam, 4 scriptures. So they don't do all this. Now, if you look at 932 where Krishna is being attacked, the shloka goes like this. Mam hi partha vyapashritya ye pisyu papayonayaha striyo vaishyas tadha shudra tepiyanti parangatim. Now in this shloka Krishna is saying, all those who take refuge in me, whatever be their birth, race, gender or caste or whatever, caste doesn't exist in, okay, so we have to use this word because now it has got entrenched. In Hinduism, we don't have caste. We have jati, varna, kula, gotra. All are scientific. And Krishna is saying, anyone who takes refuge in me, irrespective of whatever be his birth, race, gender, kula, varna, whatever. And even those whom society scorns, that is the papayonayaha. So papayonayaha of low birth. Actually, papayonayaha means mlechas, those who do not subscribe to Sanatana Dharma, because they have their own weird cults which are full of dangerous dogmas which teach you to either convert or kill, or they indulge in all kinds of barbaric rituals thinking that they will please their barbaric god, as if God will like all this barbarity. So papayonayaha also means insects. People who commit all kinds of papas will be born as a dung beetle, pig, insect, worm, virus. So these are papayonayaha. And striyo vaishyas tata shudros tepiyanti parangatim. They also, everyone will attain the supreme destination. Now 932 is a favorite shloka of Krishna detractors. Krishna detractor. The word detractor means a person who abuses, reviles, criticizes unreasonably. Now, these fools must understand, Vaishya is mentioned there. Vaishyas are already Dvijas, twice born, because they are entitled to wear the Yajnopavitam. I mean, if you get into the details now, to demolish their argument, I have to say all these things. So Vaishyas are already Dvija. So how can you club Vaishyas as along with Stris as Papayonayaha? So Stri. So Striyo Vaishyas Tadha Sudra. So here Papayonayaha basically means the insects or pigs or lower level births. See, Papayonayaha is such a broad term, it can also include people who are born in a family of drunkards, criminals, gamblers, Nastics, atheists. This birth is also the result of papams committed in past lives. These are all Papayonayaha again. And Stri is praised. So, perhaps in this context you can also understand this in this way. See, Arjuna was also surrounded by women who were not of great spiritual caliber, except perhaps Kunti Devi. So, of course, all women, Draupadi is also a part incarnation of Lakshmi Devi. Anyway, she was a woman of Pativrata, she was a woman of great character. So, in spite of all that, we might generalize in a way that, Arjuna was surrounded by Gandhari is there. So many women who perhaps did not have the kind of control over their emotions, and as a result, they have precipitated many quarrels. So, perhaps Krishna is using the word even women can be. Because women are by nature a little more emotional than men. But these days men are also. So, and the Vedas has made life easy for women actually. For women, the Vedas are so liberal. They say for a woman, the simplest and direct path to moksha is to serve her husband. Treat her husband as a deva. Now, if that fellow is a rascal, the duty of the wife is to reform that fellow. There was no concept of divorce. Now, if the woman does just this much, serves her husband, she is guaranteed moksha. Whereas for man, It is much bigger. The challenge is greater. He has to feed the family, take care of his wife, and study, and all this Grihastha ashrama is there, and he has to acquire knowledge, disseminate it. So, the man's job, the man's life is much tougher. And if a man seeks moksha, he has to undertake rigorous practices, whereas for a woman it is so easy. So, even from that perspective, you can say it is a colloquialism, it is a usage. Sometimes when we say, there are certain usages. So, Krishna may have said it that way also. You can take it that way. There is no intent. Krishna himself was so protective of women. And in Sanatana Dharma, feminine deities are there. Sita, Ram, their name comes first. Radha, Krishna, Parvati, Parameshwara. And even in the Vedas, you will find Stri is exalted. She occupies a very exalted place. Unlike in other religions where the woman is an object of lust and she is treated. In fact, they even debated whether women have a soul. Women is secondary. Women is the cause of all problems. If you read their holy books, I don't want to take names now. So, women led to the fall of man. Women is the cause of all misery. But not so in Hinduism. So, how can you now jump to the conclusion that Krishna is denigrating women when now again you have in 1034, I read it out just to you. Again, I'll read it out. 1034. Sorry, it is 1032. मां हि पार्थव्यपाश्रित्य ये पिस्यु पापयोनयः स्त्रियो वैश्यास्तथा शूद्रा तेपि यान्ति परांगतिम. Even the Shudra is one who is a skilled worker. So, a skilled worker who is busy building temples, doing all skilled work, factory workers and all those who work on the farmland, all of them come under Shudra. Shudra basically means a person who has a great physical stamina, physical strength, endurance, and he can spend hours together mastering a trade, which is a quality the other three don't have. But unfortunately, a Shudra is a person who is not accustomed to reading books, studying, acquiring knowledge, disseminating, or fighting like a Kshatriya, or doing business and ensuring accumulation and distribution of that is what the Vaishya is expected, like a businessman, like a Walmart. So all these things are not possible for this person. So this person does what he does. So even Shudras who are busy working, if they seek Krishna, then that is the silver bullet. Krishna is assuring, so don't worry, just work for me, just remember this much, and that you will be saved. So this is the actual meaning of that. Actual meaning of 932. Mam hi parthavyapashritya ye pisyu papayonayah striyo vaishyastada shutra tepiyanti parangatim. So now we have this 1034, isn't it? Which one? 32. 1034, wait a minute. Yes, I am constantly getting confused. 1034. So 932, Krishna is accused of denigrating women. 1032, if they don't read, then that is their problem. Krishna is praising feminine virtues. I am fame, I am prosperity, I am fine speech, memory, intelligence, courage and forgiveness. What more do you want? See, it should be understood like this. Certain qualities. Now, all women don't have all these qualities, isn't it? So, but these qualities are feminine. See, certain virtues are seen as adornments on our personality, especially in women. So these virtues are actually ornaments. You don't have to buy ornaments from any jeweler. If you have these virtues, the virtue itself is the greatest ornament or necklace if you want. While other qualities are viewed as especially praiseworthy in men. Ideally, a well-rounded personality is one that possesses both feminine and masculine qualities. Psychologically, androgynous. So Krishna is listing fame, prosperity, perfect speech, memory, intelligence, courage, forgiveness, forbearance, fortitude. All these virtues make women glorious. That's a great lady, like Ahalyabai Holkar. So, Jhansi, Lakshmi Bai, you have such extraordinary, and in Ramayana you have Sita, in Mahabharata you have Draupadi. So the first of these three qualities actually manifest on the outside, but the remaining four are internal adornments. If you go into the Puranas, you will notice that Prajapati Daksha had 24 daughters, and 5 of them were considered the best of women, that is Kirti, Smriti, Medha, Dhriti and Kshama. Shri was the daughter of Bhrigu Maharshi. Vak was the daughter of Brahma. And in accordance with their respective names, these 7 women are presiding deities of the 7 qualities mentioned in this verse. Therefore, Krishna is enlisting these qualities as his vibhutis. Vibhuti is an opulence of Krishna. That means a manifestation of Krishna's power in a greater kind of intensity. My God. So 1034. Now let us get back to our main discussion, which is Yoga Kshema Suktam. So this Yoga Kshema Suktam, please try to listen to the chanting done by a Vedic scholar, which will definitely be far better than mine. After all, I am not an authority in Sanskrit, but I found that this is something very useful for all of us to learn and chant and listen to the chant at least, because this is a wonderful prayer. I have read it in Hindi, isn't it? So this is a prayer praying God to ensure that we have Tejasvi Brahmins born here, Parakrami Shurveers, and Sarvadik Doodh Dene Wale Gaay, Samarth Bhail, Vayuveg Tulya Ashva, Sarvaguna Sampanna Stri, like 1034, like Krishna I mentioned, and Tadha Yajman Hetu Sabha Mein Jane Yogya Putra, sons, good sons who are capable of statesmanship, like Modi ji, like Yogi ji. We want sons like that, not bloody Asurik Tamasic rascals who will bring a bad name to the whole family and the nation also. And खेतों में पर्जन्य इच्छानुसार वर्षा करें. There should be timely rains, and we should be able to acquire all the wealth that we seek to acquire. इष्टा वस्तु की प्राप्ति हेतु प्रार्थना आदि की गई है. So this is such a wonderful prayer. This should be the morning prayer. Yoga Kshema Suktam should be taught in schools. Jai Shri Ram.